Hi everyone, welcome to Mentai. I'm Janus and I'll be showing you how I created this DIY travel journal with matching notebook inserts, and I'm using the day by day 12 by 12 papers and chipboard stickers for this project. So the first thing to do is make our travel journal cover. I used paper number 5 and a black foam sheet. I cut them at 10 inches in width and 7 inches in height, and I just glued the paper onto the foam sheet. Now I'm using a single hole puncher to create holes onto the top and bottom areas where I'll be placing the black elastic cords. I'm also punching in a hole at the center of my cover and placing an elastic cord at about roughly the same length as the width of my paper. Just make it about half an inch longer. I'm inserting both ends into the hole and tying a knot to lock it in place. As for the cords that will hold my inserts later on, I start off with inserting my string at the bottom center hole and leave about a length of the cord, roughly about halfway of the height of my journal. Then I'm inserting the cords into the hole like so. Then I'll just tie off the two ends together. Now I'm adding a few pockets on the inside of the journal. I just used the extra scraps of papers that I cut off earlier. I like providing gluing tabs onto my pockets whenever applicable. That way I have more room to move whatever I place within them. And once this is done, it's time to decorate. So I'm keeping this one simple, and I just used one of the chipboard stickers and some lace that I stitched into a ruffled circle and just glued that in place at the center of the front portion of my journal. I only glued the bottom half of this piece, that way I can slip the elastics underneath when I want to close the journal. I added in a few black flowers just for some added accents. Now keep in mind that the flowers at the top portion is only glued onto the lace and the chipboard sticker itself and not on the paper. I added a few fuzzy cuts as well, just to give it some more contrast. And we're done with our travel journal cover. We're going to move on to creating our notebook inserts. So my journal is set as a personal size TN, so my inserts are set to be at 7.5 inches in width and 6.5 inches in height. But anyway, I'll be creating 3 cover inserts because I have 3 notebooks here. So I'll be using first paper number 4, which I cut it at about 7.5 inches in width, and I left the height at 12 inches and just folded the bottom part at 6.5 inches. It's helpful to have the papers at hand, that way you can eyeball the measurements the way I'm doing right now. So we're not cutting the extra paper at the bottom, we're going to make it into pockets for our journal. I'm simply cutting a gap here at the folded area and just cut it into a curve. Now we're going to glue the edges here, but I'm going to place some gluing tabs using the cut up piece we have here. This one is done. I'm going to be making 2 more using papers number 1 and 3, following the same steps. If you've been following me for a while now, you know I don't bind my papers because I like just pulling out certain pages I want to work with. But if you're going to do this project, feel free to stitch or staple the papers if that's what you prefer. pocket covers are ready now. It's time to decorate. I'm making shakers for each one of them. So I picked parts from paper number 6. I also used some of the frames and hollowed them out. And I got some acetate and sequins. You can either use foam sheets or double-sided tape to secure the shakers. So these are my shakers. They are ready to be placed onto the pockets I made. I'm grabbing in some black lace and strips of extra papers we used up earlier on and just played around with the layout and composition. Also a little tip, because I don't like throwing away too much of whatever I have, so I try to make use of pretty much every part of the supplies, even the packaging. So I have here some extra wood board. I just cut them apart to use to add dimensions to my work. I also added in some black colored gift fillers to add accents to the design. I also topped it off with a few of the fuzzy cuts from paper number 9 and the chipboard stickers to finish off the whole look. So I'll be finishing off these designs and I'll show you how they look once everything is all assembled.
Alright, so I'm done decorating all the inserts. It's time to put the whole thing together. I'll probably be adding a few more decorations in the future once I start working on the pages of my journal, but here's a little flip through of the entire project. And there you have it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you do make something inspired by this project, please do tag and share it with us. We love seeing your creations using Mintai. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow us on social media. Once again, this is Janice, and I'll see you again in the next video. Bye!